Well, hello, Blue Troopers, Max and Max's models here. I got back to work on the Beech Super-18 today, and I had to mask off and clear coat the tail last night for the paint I pre-painted, and figured out I'd pretty much put the tail together last, get the rest of this done first. The next order of business was to get the wings on it, and that turned out to be a skosh trickier than you would expect. I mean, you get them on, but pretty wide gaps there in getting the dihedral and everything just right and trying to get a line up with the tail. Then working with the propellers, I decided to put spinnies on it. These are wheels up only models. So I made this little chart so I could make sure I got the hole cut directly in the center. And actually worked out pretty well. Clipped the prop blades off and rounded out the hubs a little bit, and gave a nice black wash to the engines. I already painted the cowlings, and thought I might be able to use some of the decals, but they disintegrated as soon as I even tried to move them, so that was out. But took a couple of tries to get the wings right. I thought about going in and trying to putty them up, but with all the paint that was already on the airplane, all the sanding that required, I was like, you know what, it's just not going to be that big of a deal. You got to remember what this is. So I used aluminum colored decal strips to do the framing, because with my big hands that was just simply too fine for any tape. I haven't had real good luck, as you guys notice, using the masking tape on this, but I got some decals out of my spares and finished it off, and it's actually not a bad looking little airplane. It looks great sitting on the shelf, which is where it's at now. It's completely done. But I was able to make a couple of designs for the engine cowlings and add some trim to the painted cheat line and everything. And, for what it is, it looks fine. It's one of those things that if I was going to do it again, I would go ahead and just do it in the routine fashion. That being, I would go ahead and put the windows in and mask them, and just put the whole model together, putty, sand, and get that all cleaned up before I even put the first layer of primer on it. And of course, I'd use an airbrush. This is rattle can aluminum, and something this small, I mean, it's just, you're better off using a airbrush, or the rattle can's too much power. It just doesn't get the details that well. But again, you can see the red trim around the windows, which was left over from the original primer coat, which let that situation get out of hand a little bit. But then one could simply argue it's got a red interior, a little of it showing. But I'm not thrilled about the job I did here. I thought this would be a quick and easy, and that's almost guaranteeing yourself you're going to cause yourself more problems. And trying to get clever and outsmarting myself with my techniques. So this is, of course, I believe a 1956 mold from Comet, so it's not one of the big expensive kits. I mean, they're kind of expensive because they're old, but and rare now, but it's not one of the super highly detailed. This is, I believe, including each individual window, I believe is a 25-part kit, wheels up only, and it wasn't really intended for someone. That's why it's got all the deep engravings for everything. It was intended for an 8-year-old or 10-year-old to put together, and me, just can't resist. But the thing is I got a lot of fun building it, and I do like it sitting on the shelf. So I'm taking the win. It's not going to be in fine scale modeler. I'm almost halfway inclined to go ahead and build the other one, doing it, quote unquote, the right way or the traditional way. But this kit, it's only going to look so good. And I've got other Beech 18s and larger scales on the shelf. So, had a good time. I'd never built the kit before. Gave me plenty of material to do some videos with. It was a gift from Eric over at Celebrating Vintage Model Kits. And I just look at it and go, you know what? It looks better than it would have if I built it when I was 12. So I'm taking the win, putting it on the shelf, enjoying, admiring it, and very, very grateful to Eric for the model. Thank you, sir. Also, I finished off the Atlantis Boeing 2707, and this one I did in house colors, because I already had one up in Pan Am colors with the wings swept back, so now I have one in house colors with the wings swept out like it is on the box. And Yeah, they make great companion pieces for one another. Pretty much everything was done last night. Today was just a matter of clear coating it. And that's it. It actually came out okay. No complaints. For what the 70s offered and what we thought it was going to offer. Well, oh well. I actually watched a documentary on this airplane, and I knew there were a lot of technical hurdles, but I don't think I appreciated how many. So that's what I got done today. So let's talk about what's coming next. The next thing is going to be the NX-01 Enterprise kit that was sent to me by Glue Trooper with all the lighting. So I'll be doing the electrics. That's one reason, of course, I got all the soldering equipment. So now I'm going to start off probably putting the lighting system together first, make sure everything works, and then build the model around it. And then I plan to do those 3D printed kits that Ken gave me of the Bugatti and the Navajo. And when I'm done with those, I want to finish up the C-57D training simulator, and then I'll get on the short stack that's here on the bench. And I told you the shuttlecraft, I'm going to probably do one complete and then one as a exterior shell with the interior set aside like a movie set. And I still plan to do that, but I learned just recently that the actual interior set was bigger than the exterior shell that I believe it was Gene Winfield made for them. And it turns out that if you actually watch, like when Kirk or somebody comes out of the door of the shuttlecraft, he has to hunch down because it was only made to like 75 or 80% scale. And the inside set, they had to have a taller roof on it so the actors could stand up. I didn't realize that. So I'm not the first guy to come up with the idea of doing this, making it as a television set prop, but apparently it actually technically would be a little off scale, but yeah, who cares? It's model building and it's fun. Okay, guys, that's what I've got for right now, and I'll talk to everybody later. You take care of yourselves, and as always, model on.
I've got a bench that's sturdy and wide, my little corner where pieces collide. With glue and paint and a lot of heart, it is where I assemble my parts. My workbench is my personal throne, a place where chaos is my own. Models rise and models fall, but this old table has seen it all. Their steering parts sprinkled like fairy dust, X-Acto knife blades beginning to rust. My tweezers sing a clumsy tune, while tiny model rockets reach for the moon. My workbench is my personal throne, and all of its chaos is my own. Models rise and models fall, but this old table has seen it all. Coffee stains tell stories untold, the battle scars of projects bold. I built a ship that couldn't float, and a car with a thumbprint from the final coat. I got shelves of dreams stacked to the sky, and a magnifying glass for my aging eye. It's not just models, it's a magic place where I can tinker at my own pace. Is my personal throne, and all of its chaos is my own. Models rise and models fall, but this old table's seen it all. Their steering parts sprinkled like fairy dust, X-Acto knife blades beginning to rust. My tweezers sing a clumsy tune, while tiny model rockets rockets reach for the moon. My workbench is my personal throne, and all of its chaos is my own. Our models rise and models fall, but this old table has seen it all. But this old table has seen it all. The coffee stains tell stories untold, the battle scars of projects bold. I built a ship that couldn't float, and a car with a thumbprint from the final coat. I got shelves of dreams stacked to the sky, and a magnifying glass for my aging eye. It's not just models, it's a magic place where I can tinker at my own pace.